In many respects, I'm just like any ordinary person. Quite a lot of the people in the churches have been brought up, if you like, in a Christian home. I was no different, brought up in a Christian home. I went to the old Emmanuel Methodist Church, which was on Wellington Road in Eccles, in the old Eccles Primitive Methodist Circuit. It was there that I went to Sunday school, nothing else to do on a Sunday. Went to Sunday school in the morning, went to Sunday school in the afternoon, and then sometimes in the evening. It was a time when I didn't feel any different. I didn't feel as though I just seemed to be going along. But at our church, we had a Christian Endeavour Society. Another Christian Endeavour Society, it taught me a lot through the juniors and the young people's societies that I could lead a service or lead the talk. I could start to pray extempore, and as I said, to give a message. That was the whole training process. And really that was the process that I took. And from there I went on to join in a mission band. A group of us went out to the circuit, around the circuit, preached what we believed was a good message. And really all these were signposts pointing me towards local preaching. It was something that I didn't do lightly. People kept on asking me, and I kept on putting it off, as you always do. And then eventually it came to the time when I said, I'm sorry, I've got to do it. So Jesus was really pushing me in that direction, even from the earliest time in my life, which I didn't think about at the time. And from there, I had a good tutor in Reverend Alan Dye, and between us we went through the exams, all the various courses, and eventually was accredited as a local preacher in April 1970. Thinking that's the end of it, but it never is. In September that same year, I went to Cliff College, where again it increased my faith by going through theology, which I didn't know much about, sociology, which again didn't know much about, going into the marketplaces of the villages round about and being told a minute before you did anything that you were going to do the message. So you had to think on the spot. And from that point, I think that I started really to grow, because it was while I was at Cliff College that I had what I would call a life-changing experience. Before that point, you think to yourself, I'm a Christian, but it's only when you come into a real knowledge of Jesus as your friend and you take him into your life that you can really call yourself a follower of Christ. And it was while I came out of Cliff College prayer meeting one evening, I went into my old study, and it just seemed as though something was nagging at me, and I just broke down. And part of a verse of a hymn came to me. It's that well-known hymn, And Can It Be? And part of that, verse 4 says, my chains fell off, my heart was free, I rose, went forth, and followed thee. And that's what I've done ever since. Followed Jesus as best I could, in any way I could, and took him as my friend and saviour.